Saturday 5:15, Chelsea are back at Wembley Stadium. This time hoping for a better result when we take on Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final. Here to help me discuss and break down the game and talk all things Chelsea is my good friend and channel fan favourite, Josh Aveste. Josh, what's happening, mate?
All good. I'm ready to talk Manchester City. We've beaten them this season.
I'm ready to beat Manchester City.
No, we've already beaten them.
We beat them twice.
Yeah. We absolutely did.
So we had the 4-4 win.
4-3.
4-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The 4-3 win. Obviously, it wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty at all.
I mean, he pulled his hair.
You don't pull a man's hair.
You don't do that.
You don't.
Cucurella, can you just get the cornrows now?
Do you know what though? Do you know what though? That hair does get targeted.
It does.
It does.
You joke about that, but it actually does.
Target the mop head at the back post. That's
Do you
what
know
I'd be
what? He
saying.
actually is half decent, Cucurella, as well.
He's more than half decent, mate. He's like 2/3 decent.
3/4 decent.
He is 3/4 decent. Looks like he'd wear 3/4 lengths, doesn't he?
He does.
What happened to 3/4 lengths?
I
They
miss
would.
them.
Do
I
you
do
remember?
miss them.
Right, like the year 4 disco starter pack, right?
Yeah.
3/4 lengths
Yeah.
on the feet, total 90s.
Oh,
Gotta be.
You were ready to go.
Total
At
90s.
the disco, you could either be playing a five-a-side or you could be going out with the town.
Mate, and I tell you what, yeah, them AstroTurfs, because you know it used to be in the school hall, so it's like that wooden floor. You could land some bad boy dance moves in
You
a
could
pair
also
of total
roll your
90s.
ankle because of the grip. You could just get stuck in there.
Doesn't.
Oh, you don't do that.
I don't do that because I'm smooth on my feet. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine you, by the way, doing like a dance and just squeaking all the time?
Yeah, you turn the music down, it's like, oh God. But we'd probably have a bit of Robbie Williams blaring. Rock
What is your
DJ.
go-to karaoke song? Can I just ask that? Speaking of Robbie Williams,
Go-to karaoke song.
I've surprised him with this one.
And I'd give up forever to touch you. You know that song?
I do.
Because I don't want that. Yeah, great song. What about you?
I'm feeling it now. I would have to say maybe Angels.
Yeah,
Maybe
great
Angels.
Song. Great. I sit awake. Yeah, we won't get into
We
that.
love
We'll do that.
Robbie.
We'll do that another
Best
time.
mates with Brian, by the way.
Speaking of go-to karaoke songs, I tell you who will always be on my go-to karaoke list. Relevant to this video, Oasis. Big Man City fans.
I hate Oasis.
Do ya?
Yeah, because they're just associated with Manchester. We don't like
Best
Manchester.
Oasis song ever.
Wonderful.
Do you think?
Why not? What are you going to say?
Live Forever.
Oh, fuck. I can't listen to them because it does just remind me of City and United.
They had an absolute touch, didn't they? Like, you know, anyone that supports City had an absolute touch. I suppose everyone could say about Chelsea, couldn't they, as well? Well, we actually used to win stuff before, and we weren't.
Wait a second. Were we a bigger club than Man City were? Can't remember.
Well, I mean, 5 trophies in 6 years before the takeover, so...
Yeah. What league were they in when we started playing in the Premier League? 'Cause I can't remember. They must have been. Were they not in the Premier
Well,
League?
we
when
get
it
a bit
first
of banter
started?
about being on page 2. These lot were on fucking book 2. Mate. Do you remember? I'm gonna a little bit of trivia for you here, right? The season that Man City came up, as in like the last time they came up, and they haven't been relegated since. So what's that? 1-2? 2001,
Something like that,
2002?
Yeah.
Who came up with them?
What club came up with them?
Well, two clubs come up with Man City that season.
I'm going to take
Just
a
give me
wild
one of
guess.
them.
Wimbledon.
Nope. No, they ain't been in the fucking league for years.
Oh yeah, 02. Blackpool, someone like that.
No. If I give you the kit sponsor, you'll get it.
Who is it?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. I can't place the shirt. I can't.
Fulham.
Oh, I was okay.
It's a banger of a kit.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure
Fulham.
they were fired up to the Premier League by one Louis Saha and by one Louis Boamorte. Do you remember Louis Boamorte? He was
Unbelievable
good, man.
players.
He
They
was
had
good.
some good players. Fulham did back in the
Fulham
day.
had some great
Fulham.
players. Fulham.
Yeah.
Who was your favourite City player pre takeover? Should I give you mine?
Go on.
I loved Alano.
He was after takeover, surely.
Nah, he was there before. Thomas Cook kit.
No
Thomas
way.
Cook kit. Yeah, Thomas
No,
Cook
that was
kit.
the first season of the takeover, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was already there.
Okay.
I don't think they
fucking
bought
hell.
him. Did they?
I feel that was involved
all right,
in
Giovanni.
the takeover.
But before we get into all that, I want to give a massive shout out to today's video sponsors, StakeMate. StakeMate are giving you a £5 free bet when you head onto the app and use my promo code Joey5. All you need to do is click the link in the description. It will send you straight there so you can download the app. So today we are going to use the group betting feature that is accessed through the squads feature on the app, and what it allows you to do is build and place bets with your friends. So myself, Josh and Brian all went in on the same bet this week using the group betting feature. We went with Luton to get a win against Brentford. We went with the draw in the Wolves against Arsenal game. We went Aston Villa to get a win against Bournemouth, and we also went with West Ham to get the away win at Crystal Palace. We each put in £5, and at the time of recording, we potentially stand to win over £1,000. So if you want to get in on the act, make sure you hit the link in the description to this video, which will take you to the StakeMate app. Please remember that StakeMate is a betting app, meaning that we do need to be 18 years old or over to use the app. You do need to be living inside the UK. And most importantly, please remember to gamble responsibly. Let's get into the video.
Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Was he pre-takeover at City? Because he's like an iconic player there.
He'd have been pre, I suppose.
Richard Dunn, was he pre?
Yeah, of course he'd have been pre. No owner.
Lescott?
No billionaire owner comes in and thinks, let me buy Richard Dunn. Lescott was actually a signing after the takeover.
Yeah.
And Lescott, funny enough, yesterday, was liking my videos. So
big fan of the channel.
Jolyon, he's a big fan of the channel. He's only human. Only human. Is there ever a perfect time to play Manchester City? And I'm going to say this because they got Real Madrid this week. Yeah.
Half decent team.
They're half decent.
Yeah.
They're half decent. Real Madrid.
Decent players.
Decent team.
I mean, I wouldn't want Jack. I prefer Jackson over their strikers. Do you know what I mean? I prefer
Jackson over their incoming strikers.
Yeah, me too. And I'd prefer Mudryk than Vinicius. I mean, what more is there to say, really?
Yeah. I mean, can Valverde do what Enzo can do?
Absolutely not.
Can Camavinga do what Caicedo can do? No.
Can Bellingham do what Cole Palmer's doing?
Oh, fuck, don't be stupid.
Do you know what's funny is Cole Palmer's actually got more goal involvements.
Yeah, he does. He does. And do you know what else is funny? When I'm looking at the England team and I'm thinking, how the fuck do I get Cole Palmer into this starting lineup?
I've solved it.
I think we've both solved it.
Go on, what's the answer? Go on.
You drop Bellingham back.
Yeah.
Drop Bellingham back a little bit deeper in midfield, which is where he's always played for England. He'll still come up trumps from there and still probably win us a game from there. And look, I'm not saying Real Madrid ain't got attacking talent, but when Bellingham's in the 10 for them, it's a little bit different because they haven't got a Harry Kane. Regardless, Real Madrid have not got a Harry Kane. So of course, you can have that reliance on Bellingham to go and get your goals a little bit more. But I think we've spoke constantly about, is it Kobbie Mainoo there? Is it Jordan Henderson there? Fuck them. Don't have either of them there. Just have Declan, Bellingham, Palmer.
I rate it, but my solution is to drop Saka. He's not good.
He's not good, or he's not been good?
He's not been good recently. Mate.
So who's on the other side then?
Foden.
No, mate. I don't know what I'd do, but I wouldn't have Foden in there over Saka.
The system that you said with Cole in the number 10 is the most attacking way to go and probably the most exciting. So let's just fucking go for it. I like that. I rate it.
Take the handbrake off, lads. Mental that there's a chance that he doesn't even go to the Euros, isn't there?
I think sack Southgate immediately if he doesn't take him. Just sack him.
Let's move on to the City rivals of Southgate's next job, obviously the Man United job that he's going to be taking after Graham Potter gets sacked after 6 months in the job. And let's speak about Manchester City. Manchester City, in my opinion, have not hit the heights this season that they did last, and they're still on for a treble.
Yeah.
Bit shit, isn't it?
It's a bit boring, isn't it? I have to say, remember what you were just saying there about good times to play them, though? You're totally right. Coming off the Real Madrid game, they're going to be focusing on the league. I said it in my video last night. Why don't they just do us a bit of a favour? Why don't they just let us win the FA Cup? They don't need another FA Cup, do they?
Yeah, but you know what, though? They probably... I shouldn't say this off the back of a 6-0 win. They probably could do that. they probably could just rest a fucking shitload of players and still maybe potentially have a chance at beating us in the
Mate, are you
semi-finals.
joking? We beat them 4-3.
We did.
Are you joking? Have you watched us play Man City this season?
And then
We're a better team.
And then we beat them 1-1, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great wins.
Great wins.
Great, absolutely
wins.
brilliant.
Memories that will live forever.
No, but all jokes aside, like we have played quite well against City, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We have played quite well against City. Law of averages would suggest that the third time we played, we played them 4 times last season, didn't we? How many times did we lose to them?
I can't remember. Tell me.
4.
Maybe that's why I can't remember. I'll put it out of the memory.
Yeah, we're pony against
So we don't
them,
bring up stats like this on this podcast. What are you doing?
No,
what are you talking about?
no. We clip that. Where's City's weakness, do you think? Where
hell,
can
that's
we
a hard
actually get at City?
Would you say the left-hand side?
I would think down that left-hand
We
side.
talked about it in the
Would
last
you
video.
move Cole Palmer back over to the right wing for this game, or would you keep him in that centre mid squad
Spoiler
slot?
alert.
And obviously, this is a spoiler alert because I am gonna ask you for your starting lineup.
Yeah.
But just now going with it, would you move? Would you stick or would you twist?
I would put Cole on the right. I think he's played very well there this season, and I think Enzo will be coming back.
Just a quick shout for old Kovacic. Scored a bit of a fucking screamer the other day from Man City, didn't he?
Was it a couple of weeks ago we were talking about players that we'd like to have back, and I said Kovacic, and you sort of laughed at it.
I don't think I
Well,
laughed.
you're not laughing now. Kovacic has actually been pretty good for Man City. I do miss him actually. I thought he was really good, and the way that he would have slotted in the midfield 3 that we have at the moment, collected the ball, passed it on, he would have allowed Caicedo to be a bit further forwards.
He wouldn't be my pick to have
No,
back.
I rate it, but I think he'd be pretty good.
I mean, if we're going pick to have back, Solanke?
Nah,
No?
I'd go Giroud over Solanke.
Would ya? Nah.
Is Solanke having one of those seasons where it's just a bit of a flash in the pan, and then next year he'll score 5?
He could be.
I think there's we'd
Who
ruin.
was it
We'd
that
ruin
signed Solanke, by the way? Wasn't it Liverpool? He played
Yeah.
for Liverpool, didn't he?
He
Yeah.
left the academy and went to Liverpool. Yeah,
Didn't do fuck all at Liverpool,
didn't do
though,
fuck
did he?
all there at all. No. Didn't he drop down to the Championship? Played with Bournemouth, did 1 season in the Championship, tore it up, and then came to the Premier League with them. I think it was
Doing well, though, isn't he?
He is doing really well. Fair play to him. And do you know what, mate? We do have to respect Chelsea Academy kids going and performing. I rate it. I really do.
Mate, imagine there's a time where you've got 2 England strikers that are gonna, if not already, I don't think either of them have broke the 20-goal barrier just yet. I think they're just shy of it, but they're gonna, in Dominic Solanke and Ollie Watkins, and neither of them are gonna get near the starting lineup for England. So,
Is there a chance that Tony
Strength and
goes
depth.
over one of those?
I
think there is, you know. I think
there's
there's a
always a chance because Gareth Southgate just likes people he's played, and he hasn't really given minutes to either of them. Ollie Watkins obviously had some,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, imagine being Dominic Calvert-Lewin right now.
I mean, he's not getting anywhere near it. Do you have faith with either of those 2 boys going through last minute for England, one-on-one, scoring it?
Probably more faith in Ollie Watkins.
I would say more faith in Solanke.
Yeah.
Tells you everything you need to know. Like, we're not that confident in those boys.
It does.
But we'll get on to the Euros, for God's sake. We're
We're going to do a
months.
lot of content around the Euros.
We
I'm
are.
absolutely buzzing for it. Let's talk about the Man City game and let's have your starting lineup.
Mate, I found this a difficult one this time round. And do you know what? I'm going to actually give my team, but I might need you to convince me to replace a couple of these players. Is that okay?
Easy.
Yeah,
Done.
right. So Petrovic is in goal, obviously. We'll stick with him. And do you know what? I do regret what I said a couple of weeks ago about maybe fancying Sanchez because he's been fine. Petrovic has been good.
Called him a wanker, didn't you?
I called him a complete twat. Yeah. Don't look back at the videos. Gusto on the right.
Yep.
Trev and Silva in the middle. I don't think they should be replaced for the rest of the season, those 2 in the middle. Even if Disasi comes back, I wouldn't replace him. Colwell, what the fuck has happened to Colwell? Where the fuck is he?
We don't get told. We
Mate.
don't get told. We just, mate, like the updates for the injuries are just at this point painful. It's like Nkunku was supposed to be back at some point. We don't get told. Lavia supposed to be back at some point. Don't get told. Colwell supposed to be back at some point. Don't get told. It's just like, Reece, we saw pictures of him on. I'm not saying I want to rush Reece back. I'm happy for Reece to sit out the rest of the season now. I actually imagined it would probably come off the bench or something towards like Bournemouth or something like that. But it's like we saw pictures of him on grass again, putting up pictures on his story on social media. Now, no idea when he's coming back. Fofana, what the fuck's going on there? Like Sanchez, we don't miss him, but when's he? But like, it's mad, isn't it?
If Cole does come back, who would you replace out of those two?
Actually, although this season, feels like it's aged me 10 years, I do remember the partnership between Colwill and Thiago Silva. And because I thought some of our more successful games, albeit we still conceded goals in those games, came when those two were the partnership, part of me thinks, okay, that would be the one. Also, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, let me put Levi Colwill next to this fella at every possible opportunity so we can soak up every bit of knowledge he's going to get from him, experience from playing next to Thiago Silva. That would be what I as a coach would be looking to do, because I very much see Levi Colwill as the future of it. But I tell you what, something excites me about a Colwill and Trevor Chalobah partnership.
Me too, massively so.
Born out of Cobham, absolutely love it.
Yeah, they'd be so good on the ball as well, both of them. I think that would actually be one of the best.
I like players who are good on the ball.
Yeah, you do.
I like players who kick the ball well. I like players that head the ball well.
Kick the ball in the goal hole.
Kick the ball in the fucking goal hole. Can't get simpler instructions than that.
I really do miss Colwill. Do you know what's funny is, like, when he hasn't been in the team, I have to say Colwill is our best defender. Do you not think?
Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? Like when Jackson went to the AFCON.
Yeah.
Abstinence makes the heart grow.
Fonder. Yeah, that's what I've heard. You know that through your boxing camps.
Exactly. Who are you starting
Inside
at?
the trick.
That's it. Who are you starting at left back?
Well, can we debate this one a bit, mate? I want to know who you would start.
You know who I'd start?
Tell me.
Cucurella.
Is it that simple now?
No, it's not. Look, I'm not like, I don't want this to become a thing of like, oh, Joey's not having Ben Chilwell.
Yeah.
Mate, like, Ben Chilwell has been a terrific servant for this club when fit and available.
Came on and played quite well against Everton.
Made an impact, looked good, set up a goal.
Yeah.
I'm going Cucurella.
Fair enough. He did come on left wing as well. Do you think there's a small chance, by the way, a very small chance, that Chilwell starts against City on left wing?
Do you know what? I don't even think it's a small chance. I think we could see that.
I think we could see that.
I do think we could.
And when I was thinking about my team, I was thinking about the team that I want versus the team that I think that Pochettino will play. And I actually think Chilwell starts this game at left wing.
Yeah. So who are you picking left back?
I'm going to go Cucurella as well.
Right. And you're going to 4, yeah?
I'm going to go 4, yeah.
Do you think there's any chance before we move on to the midfield that Chelsea don't go over 4 at the back here?
I think there's a chance, but I don't think in a weird way it works against City's tactics. Do you know, I think we actually do need to go for City. If we sit back, we'll get done.
No, mate, we need to go. We need to go for them. And I think we'll have so many fucking opportunities to catch them on the counter. And I'm telling you now, they're just not as good this year. I'm not saying they're not brilliant, but they're not as good.
Agreed.
Midfield, what are you going with?
Right, this
bearing
is hard.
in mind, sorry to interrupt you, but bearing in mind, we've just probably seen the best midfield performance of the season.
Against Everton.
Yeah. Good team. All good teams.
Yeah. So that's the big caveat and the asterisk we have to go. Look, I completely understand the praise that the guys have got for this midfield too. And Gallagher, again, has proven so many people wrong. But you've got to see the performance against the team that we were playing. I mean, their midfield was non-existent, let alone ours. So we had to dominate it, and they are rubbish. So fair enough. I think actually, in a weird way, that they are probably one of the worst teams that I've seen at Stamford Bridge this season.
What, Everton?
Yeah.
They were shit.
Yeah, they were crap.
Yeah.
So I've made a difficult decision, mate, and I have brought Enzo back into the pivot.
Right.
So I've got Caicedo and Enzo in the pivot, and then I've slapped Gallagher in the 10. Sorry to break your heart.
I don't like that.
I know you don't like that. And that's why I wanted to do a bit more of a collaborative lineup here, because I need you to convince me, because that's the safe option. So convince me otherwise. What has Enzo not done that he deserves to be dropped?
It's not about deserving to be dropped. Sometimes winner stays on.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair enough. Do you think that a Caicedo Gallagher pivot is the matchup against Rodri against all those other players that Man City are going to have?
I think that Gallagher being deeper is. So then I suppose that sort of answers the question, doesn't it? I think that Gallagher needs to do what he did to Rodri at the Etihad, which, Rodri, was able to get on the score sheet eventually. He did score, didn't he?
Didn't he do that from a number 10 position, though?
Who, Gallagher?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't really in the number 10, was he? I didn't really feel like he was in the number 10. I think that Gallagher might be better a little bit deeper here, and I think that it might free up Caicedo. I was shocked that Caicedo looked as creative and was involved in so much against Everton. So from that position, I think I do want to see him there again,
It's so scary for me because I do think that Gallagher picking up the ball back to goal in that position there, it worries me against Man City. I feel that he's going to be pressed so aggressively, and I think that's one of his weaknesses.
So you're going to go Gallagher in the 10?
I'm happy to be convinced, but in my team sheet at the moment, I have gone Gallagher in the 10, yes.
Okay, so personally, I would probably, and I will drop my lineup myself close to the game, personally, I would probably go with... I'd probably go Caicedo and Gallagher paired. I'd probably go Enzo left on the bench. I think I would go with Cole Palmer once again in the 10. And I think I'd start Noni Madueke once again.
That is a tough shout.
In fact, I think I'd go... Yeah. Entire lineup. I'd just go the same as the Everton game.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand that. My lineup was slightly different. I think I'd go Palmer on the right because I think he'll get the most joy on that left-hand side against that lineup. And then I put Mudryk on the left because I don't think Noni can play on the left.
No, he don't really, does he? He don't play well.
So I've gone for Mudryk, but Mudryk didn't have the best game. So the only way that you could potentially tweak it is you could put Palmer on the left, put Carney through the middle, and then you could have Noni on the right potentially, and then Jackson up top.
For the sake of the graphic, we'll go Palmer on the right. We'll go Jackson through the middle.
Yeah.
And Mudryk on the left. Need to see something from Mudryk in this one.
Big time. But again, these are the sort of games that benefit Mudryk in that he can have a bit more space in behind, ball over the top, and he can use his pace. And also, again, he'll be picking up the ball in areas that he'll have a bit more space to run into, hopefully.
If Chelsea get past City in this one, it's a big, big if. Look, City are going to be going for it, man. City are now favourites for the Premier League title, but they've by no means wrapped it up. They've still got games to play. They've still got Spurs in there, maybe a couple of tricky fixtures. Obviously, tonight we'll know... what happened. Are they playing Real Madrid tonight?
Yes.
Or is that tomorrow? Yeah. So we'll know what happens in the Champions League of them. But they're still going to put a lot of importance on the FA Cup. Pep Guardiola wins silverware for fun. So it's a massive if. But if we do get past Man City, mate, we're not going to have a better chance for silverware this season.
Absolutely
We are going to be playing Coventry in the FA Cup final.
Yep, absolutely. It is that simple. Man United is shite.
Do you reckon Coventry get past United?
I honestly do. And if I was a betting man, I'd put if I was a betting man, I'd put money on it.
We are betting men, aren't we?
Yeah, Stake, mate. Wonderful partner. Put a bet on. Maybe we should look at the odds.
Put a bet on mistake, mate. Look at the odds. Look at the odds on it. They won't have odds on it yet. Oh, they might do.
They might do.
Nah, but it's not Saturday, is it?
It
Sunday?
They might do.
Is it Sunday?
Let me pull it up.
I'm loving using a bit of stake, mate, by the way. We have been on the old groups feature on there. We've got the squads. We've got a couple of squads now. We've got me, you and Brian in one of the squads, haven't we? We're standing to win a few
Putting
big...
a bet with each other is actually a right laugh.
Yeah,
I actually really enjoyed that. You put some shouts in there that I would never... I don't back draws because it's too scary.
No, I always share my bets with friends and I always share my prostitutes with friends.
It's the way to live.
Rule number one of mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Coventry is 6.5.
6.5 to 1.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, to win that
I
game.
think Coventry could do it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, they've played at Wembley more recently than Man United have, haven't they?
I'm going to whack I'm doing a live bet. I'm going to whack a tenner on that.
Are you whacking a tenner on it now?
I actually am going to whack a tenner on it.
Do it. Do it.
So yeah, Coventry final, and then obviously we absolutely destroy Coventry and we lift the trophy. I'm seeing it now. Pochettino with his trophy, his next 3-year contract,
breaking his trophy virginity.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go.
Well, no, he's not.
He's won a few.
He's won one in
France.
France. They give him out for fun over there, though, don't they?
Mate, do you know what? There is a chance here. City. Would you say that City's priorities are Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup in that order?
I'd say their priorities are not being relegated for the amount of fucking rules they've broken.
So true. 115?
Yeah. Can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. And all we do is have to sell
Priority,
hotels.
I don't know. I don't really know what their priority is, but it was running through my head as you were speaking there. Imagine this, mate. Chelsea finish 6th. Chelsea lift the FA Cup. Chelsea qualify for Europe, and we finish above Manchester United, which is all I really wanted from this season anyway. Wouldn't be bad going, would it?
There would be no more toxic positivity around then.
No more toxic positivity. No one would be saying shit to me on this channel apart from Joey and Josh. You're the kings.
Sick for Chelsea, eh? But do you know what? That would be a bloody good season for us.
Bloody good.
With the context. We're at the start of a transition. Young squads. Players coming in the summer. Mm-hmm. It would start looking rosy, wouldn't it?
It would start looking...
The Champions League push would be on for next season.
Yeah. Do you think it happens?
Yes. I think the title challenge starts next season.
Oh, my God.
Petr Cech said it, didn't he? He said it'll be 2 seasons until we're in title challenge.
Really?
Petr Cech knows his stuff, mate. That's what I've heard.
I don't know, like, are you going into this... Being honest, you're going into this one confident. It's hard to not be positive when you're coming off the back of a 6-0 win against Everton. But like we said, Everton was shit.
Yeah, they were
They've
shit.
won 1 in 18 games, you know what I mean?
I'm never
These boys don't lose.
Yeah, I'm never confident playing Man City, but also it's an FA Cup game at Wembley, one-off fixture, anything can happen. And if we do go through, then it's on. So this is the final.
How many games since we've lost in 90 minutes now? 12?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a long run, isn't it?
That goes under the radar a little bit, doesn't it?
It's actually a decent run, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mate, it's funny actually because there were moments in the season where we were too positive. 100%. We were giving the team a little bit
When were
too
the biggest
much
false dawns on the
slack.
Joey Knight podcast?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably, I would
Exactly.
say. I mean, we sort of felt after the Liverpool game that we were going to challenge for the title
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, we did. Let's be honest.
We felt like we were going to push on after the Arsenal game, the 2-2
Yeah.
win. We felt like we were going to push on after the 4-3 win against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge earlier on in the season.
Yeah.
So there's been a few.
The Villa game, we thought we were going to push on after that.
There's been a few.
There have been a few. Still a turning point.
Still time.
This FA Cup win's going to be another turning point.
Yeah, I think we're going
Turning
to do
point
them.
FC.
I think we're going to do them.
So what is your actual prediction for the game?
A little 1-0 Chelsea win. Cole Palmer.
In normal time?
Yeah, I think we're doing it normal time.
You are ridiculous.
Don't get paid for overtime, mate.
Penalty or open play?
Do you know what? I do think it'd be a pen.
Okay,
But
fair
he
enough.
takes them lovely. He
He
really does take them well.
Well, Noddy would be taking them, let's be honest.
Do you reckon there's any chance Raheem Sterling gets on against Man
No,
City?
because I don't think he's fit.
Is he not?
Well, he wasn't on the squad yesterday, was he?
No.
Is there a chance that he's involved in the squad? Yes. Does he potentially get on if he's on the bench? Potentially. I just think he's shit, though.
Why was Enzo out?
He's got a weird, like, abductor issue or
He's
ab
had that.
issue.
He's had that for a while, hasn't he?
He has, and he had some swelling on it, but I think it was precautionary. I think they're resting him ahead of this game.
Okay.
I'm going to go for my prediction, mate. I'm going to go 1-1 in normal time. And I think that Cole Palmer scores an open play goal in the 123rd minute.
That would be fucking epic, wouldn't it?
It would.
Be absolutely brilliant because we have got a bit of a Wembley curse. How long's it been now since
I don't
we
even
won at
like
Wembley?
thinking about it. It's been several finals. It's been several finals.
But even semi-finals,
Yeah.
we lose to... Did we lose to Man United at Wembley in a semi-final? It was saying in there, wasn't it? Even Leicester, they're not even in the league no more, and they beat us at Wembley, didn't they? So that makes me more confident because you know what I do when I bet.
Always back against the
Back
form.
against the form. Because sooner rather than later, it's got to change.
Has got to change. And this is going to be the game for it to change.
So you are going a 2-1 Chelsea win. I'm going a 1-0 Chelsea win. Clear that this is a Chelsea fan channel because I don't think anyone else
Wait a
is
second,
backing
am I wearing a
Chelsea.
Chelsea shirt? Fuck.
Yeah. Right, people, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Score predictions, starting lineups. We want it all. Make sure you head over to Josh's channel. It is linked in the description. Subscribe to Josh's page. I will see you all in the next one.